Sick. What's up, Jamers? It's the One Jam, and it's Qualifier Weekend Day 1. If we do good in this tournament, we're going to get qualified for Day 2, and if we do good in that tournament tomorrow, then we're going to be in one of the big boys and play in the Nuka Penna Championship. So, this is a huge tournament. I'm super excited to be playing in this, and we're playing Rakdos Midrange today in Alchemy. We have 3 copies of Invoke Despair. You've seen this deck before. It's the traditional Rakdos midrange deck with Bloodthirsty Adversary in it, but this one has a couple cards that I personally really like. I have 4 copies of Abrade in the 75 because people are citing Cosmos Elixir, and I'm citing it as well. This card specifically gains life against the Anvil deck because I think we have a bad Anvil matchup, and the life gain is really, really strong. Not only that, but it does draw a lot of cards if your opponent's not putting pressure on you. Also, we have a very spicy card in Consuming Oni. Now, there's a couple reasons why I'm playing this. It's 4 mana, so it's very cheap. It has, at the beginning of your end step, a random non-land card in your hand perpetually gains when you cast a spell, you lose 3 life, which isn't that big of a deal when we're gaining life off of Graveyard Trespasser and Cosmos Elixir and things like that. Or if we have an empty hand, then it doesn't do anything, so it's just upside for us. But it has 6 toughness, which dodges a lot of removal spells that people are playing right now. The Anvil deck is playing Voltage Surge, a lot of decks are playing Molten Impact, and they're shying away from cards like Infernal Grasp and Power Word Kill in favor of those 2 cards plus Abrade. So they have to have 2 removal spells to kill this, or they just can't kill it. And it has Flying and Menace, which is very, very good in the Anvil matchup and good in the Mire matches as well. So hopefully that works out for us. Against the discard decks, we'll be citing out all copies of our Plunder and our Citystalker Connoisseur because they are going to be playing Orvar themselves. So we're going to bring in Check for Traps to exile instead of discard and leaving their Orvars hanging. Anyways, 60% of you aren't subscribed, so make sure to click that subscribe button and like button if you like the content. If you make sure that you go all the way through the video if you'd like to see the end of the tournament, and it all starts right now. I'm going to keep this because I have a Painful Bond in my hand, and I can draw into a 3rd land really easily. Ooh, big Magic the Gathering symbol here. Tournament. Click on the crowd. Crowd goes wild. Spike Field. I guess this is better than Painful Bond, right? Oh, it's a Hall of the Storm Giants. Interesting. Do I play around Jwari Deception? I think the answer is yes. Because if they use Removal Spell on Bloodthirsty Adversary, that means they don't have Removal Spell for Graveyard Trespasser. And I don't want Graveyard Trespasser to get Jwari Disruption because they wouldn't discard a card in that case. To remove it. Okay, this gives me an opportunity to put down the Graveyard Trespasser. To be honest with you, I don't have much practice against the Izzet deck with this deck. Do they have Voltage Surge? I'm pretty sure they just have Voltage Surge in the deck. Hopefully I can draw all my Undercity Plunders in this matchup, though. Post board's gonna be really nice, though, with 4 Plunders, 4 Citystalkers, and 4 Check for Traps. Mike Field has her by face. Oh, so they don't discard the hand size. Got it. They could play Cinderclasm. They could be playing Orvar in the main deck. I could just kill them with these cards. So we'll see what they have. This plays around Cinderclasm too. Why is everyone running Orvar all of a sudden? It's a good question. Orvar says when it's discarded by an opponent's card effect, you can copy target permanent on the board. So they Citystalker Connoisseur you discard Orvar, and then you get to copy their Citystalker Connoisseur and then discard a card from them. Which is like blowout strong. Could be Hinata. If I draw a land, if they like play Hinata and pass and I can Invoke Despair, I might just win the game on the spot. If they untap this, it's scary. They didn't play this land though, so it's gonna be weird. They could untap it as a blue source. Oh, it's red. Oh, okay, it's red, which means they're playing Invoke. Which means Graveyard Trespasser is even better. I should probably just attack and pass. Because they could have a sweeper. Or I could, like, Valki look at their hand. Looking at their hand's strong. But also doing 8 damage is strong. I'm gonna do 8 damage. Also, these two make Invoke really bad for my opponent. Because doing 8 damage puts it as a 2-turn clock, and I like that. Especially since if I draw a black source off the top and they don't cast anything, if I get to hit with Bloodthirsty Adversary, they go to 6, and then Invoke Despair kills them. Alright, do they have a land 3-drop? Or a land 2-drop? Anything? If they kill my adversary, I get to exile it out of the graveyard and drain for 1 more. It'll be 1-off lethal, though, if they do that. If they kill adversary now, Graveyard Glutton becomes a 3/3. Then it deals 4 damage to them with the 3 power and the 1 drain, and then the Hive of the Eye Tyrant does 3, so that's 7 damage. Citystalker. If I just attack with these two, they go to 6. Should I just attack with Hive here? Attacking with Hive makes them use their treasures, so... just gonna do that. Making them use their treasures is powerful. Unless, I guess they could have, like, land Hinata Magma Opus. Okay, I guess they don't have that. Alright, Abrade is terrible. Voltage Surge is fine. Check for Traps is good. They're going to be bringing in their Orvars, so I think we go out Undercity. And then out Connoisseur, because I don't really ever feel comfortable casting those. Here. We take out a couple Meat Hooks, leave 1 in just in case we have to kill them. Consuming Oni is probably really, really strong against their damage-based removal deck. We might have to leave some of the discard cards in, actually. Probably have Abrade in their deck. Abrade's probably really bad against them. Maybe we just leave the discard in and hope. I mean, Connoisseur is much better than Plunder because Connoisseur can actually discard Invoke Calamity instead of discarding their Orvar. So I think I like that. And then one Cosmos Elixir seems like really bad. Abrade is also really, really bad. I could just have Plunder, but like, God, it's really bad if they have Orvar. Whatever. Plunder goes in. If I get Orvard, I get Orvard. I don't have anything like Soul Shatter for this matchup. I'm gonna keep this. Go red, black. Honestly, I might go Haunted Ridge first. And then this, so I can make Forsaken Crossroads black. Because I have Invoke Despair. But I also need to draw another land, so I think I'm going to go red here. I'll cast Invoke Despair on turn 6. Perfect. Actually, it's only turn 6 if I draw exactly one more only red source, right? Because I can go red, black, 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 and it's still Invoke Despair on turn 5. Alright, so this can just get Draw Disruption, right? I just need to play into it. No Jawari. Do they have a Braid? Do they have Voltage Surge? Honestly, my hand right now, the way it is really strong. Okay, I need to play around Cinderclasm, right? I guess if they have Cinderclasm, they get rid of my 2/2 and my Bloodtithe. But, like, I don't know. It's probably bad. Plunder. If they have Orvar, it's really bad for me. Because if they have Orvar, they get a Bloodtithe. Or they just, like, ramp. I'm just gonna go for this, and hopefully I don't get Cinderclasmed. There's a good chance I never cast this game. There's just nothing else better in my deck. Better in my sideboard to bring in. Could have brought in Cosmos Elixir, but they probably have a bunch of Abrades in their deck. Okay, they have discard, draw 2, make 2 treasures here in their hand. I mean, I can cast Invoke Despair next turn off the treasure if they don't kill my 2/2. And consuming Oni's really good too. I mean, this is Alchemy, so they do have access to the bounce spell. Discard. Definitely discarding this Plunder. Go ahead and start by attacking. If they Cinderclasm. Galvanic Iteration. Could be a Braid follow-up here. Cathartic Fire. Well, Citystalker gets rid of their Invoke if they have one. But And it discards their Goldspan Dragon if they have that, but it also just can discard Orvar, and if it does that, then they get rid of my Invoke Despair. I mean, I can't cast Invoke Despair next turn anyway, because it targets if they play Hanada. I think I just play the Oni. I don't really care if I lose 3 life from casting stuff. Hopefully they just don't... Hopefully they just can't get rid of this. Like, this blocks Goldspan Dragon if they have that. They have to have another Cathartic Pyre or Abrade in their hand, and they have to use their entire turn killing this. Unexpected Windfall, discard Calamity. Okay, so I guess if I played Citystalker, I would have discarded that last turn, but they don't really look like they want that. Unless they have multiple. And if they have multiple, it's also good for me. I guess I should just cast Invoke Despair this turn. I mean, I could just attack with Hive. Invoke Despair draws 3 cards and does a lot more damage. I know, I think I need to get rid of this Galvanic iteration, to be honest. Can't let that card be a thing. And if they want to get rid of my Hive and have the Eye Tyrant, they can do that by using their treasures. That's okay with me. Unfortunate that if I don't draw a land, I can't cast Invoke Despair next turn if they kill Hive, but I still have the board, so it doesn't matter. It just depends on if they're playing Fading Hope to bounce Oni. But Oni is a lot of freaking damage, chat. Down to 8. Citystalker Connoisseur now costs 6 life to cast. Might not be casting that this game, but hey, I have a 6/6 freaking consuming Oni. If they go land, Goldspan, attack, and then cast something else, I'm probably in trouble, especially if they can get rid of my Oni. But next turn, if they don't get rid of Reflection, I can copy Oni and attack them with 2 6/6s. So we got that going for us. Is this not legendary? They have to use 2 removal spells to get rid of Oni, right? And even then, I can go Citystalker plus copy with Reflection Citystalker, but they probably have Orvar in hand. But I can just attack with Reflection. If they go to blow their load and kill my consuming Oni, then I can go attack with Reflection plus Invoke Despair, and that kills them. What can they cast here? Unexpected Windfall plus Cathartic Pyre on my Reflection. And then they get to make 2 more treasures. Discarding Bankbuster. That's not a good card to have when you're facing down an Oni. Thundering Rebuke. Oh, out of their hand. Weird. What? I guess they're planning on drawing a 2 damage removal spell for the Oni? Okay, so they die, right? They die to Reflection attacking them? Plus Invoke Despair. Sick. But this hand's pretty good. Oh, so now they don't have it? I don't have soul transfer or anything like that, which is annoying. I'm gonna plan to Shadow's Verdict. I don't know, Shadow's Verdict when they have, like, just these on board, it doesn't seem very good. I don't know, I might just Abrade this. Maybe make them waste Tameo Safekeeping. What's up, Bearded? What's up, Samson? Yeah, it's a tad greedy, but I think honestly, I think it's needed. Because, like, how else am I supposed to beat? How else am I supposed to beat? Whatever that card's called. Sanguine Brushstroke. How could they have 4 cards in the hand that they're not using? Yeah, they could have just all invoked the Ancients. Think of it. Card. Hopefully I don't die to this. I need to draw Meathook. Please don't have a protection spell. That was even worse for me, that it was Snakeskin and not Tameo Safekeeping. I wish it was Tameo Safekeeping. Because now I can't Meathook this if I draw it. Jeez. Severely punished. Nope, I can't. God! I'm just dead. Drew land anyway. And they had the pup there just like freaking easy sack fodder. Wow, so many lands. That would have been nice a lot earlier. Oh, I just got destroyed. Yes. How about all 4 copies of Fable? Could be Doomscar. Pretty sure I'm just going for Citystalker. Shatterskull's pretty bad here. Our check for traps is really good. Like a really, really good draw. Okay, never mind. Not a good draw anymore. I didn't get the treasure. All right, if they have Orvar, that's fine. I can discard 1 Fable. Discarded Magma Opus. Oh yeah, Orvar. Citystalker's broken. It discards all copies of Magma Opus from their hand. But maybe I should have just like played check for traps and tried to take the Hinata. Faithful Mending. Well, that's good for me. Oh god, it's Reanimator. Oh god. I'm gonna need to draw, like... I guess we can... exile the Sacred Fire out of their graveyard. Then I want them to kill Reflection. And then we can start Reflection Citystalker looping them. Please don't play Doomscar. Of course. I drew the entire Kiki-Jiki playset, correct. What? I need to draw another Connoisseur, I guess. How about 2 lands? I want to try to make them sweep now so that they don't sweep my 2/2. Well, I guess they have 2 sweepers anyway, so, but I guess it makes them use them both. Discard Velomachus. Hello, Spada, how's it going? Alright, now they Divine Purge, get rid of my stuff. That's fine. Then I can Hive their Sacred Fire. Key to the Archive. I set it out my Abrades. I would have kept at least one Abrade in if I knew they were playing this. Discarded Hinata. Oh, I guess I can revive it. That's a good draw. Discard your Sweeper. Discard Approach of the Second Sun. I don't think they're playing Orvar, or else they probably would have drawn it in like half their deck there. Divine Purge is a dumb card? Well, it was pretty bad there. Double white's interesting. That makes me think like they don't have another white source in their hand and want to keep up white for Divine Purge. Wow, triple white. Oh my gosh. Next turn, if they play Hinata, they can't play Hinata next turn. You can play Hinata next turn, though. Which means I have to bolt this to be able to pay for Voltage Surge on Hinata. Well, I didn't actually have to bolt that, but I had to pay for Hinata plus Draw Disruption. I guess they couldn't Hinata plus Draw Disruption? Whatever. I think I'm keeping this blood. I need a discard spell. I don't know where those are. I guess that means I'm using this. Heartfield, thanks for the follow. Hopefully they don't have Villamok. Crap. Well, I guess I can Hagra Mauling it? Please don't have a Spell Pierce. I'm gonna quit the game if they have Spell Pierce. Are they dead? No. I don't know why they said oops to me. Okay, they could have Opus. Do they not? Yes. Ah, this. Much better. The audacity of mono white. So I can Painful Bond and kill something else? I could also just Graveyard Trespasser. I'll just Painful Bond later. Like, having a 3/3 in this spot's actually good. Well, that changes things. Regardless of what happens, at least I have a play next turn. They got rid of my Connoisseur. Which means I can still Painful Bond. Forgot about that card. This does guarantee me Valki. But I think I'd rather, like, draw Meathook or something. Am I using Valki, or am I using Bloodtithe? Or am I just also playing Valki and not caring if it's nighttime or not? Nighttime matters just because of this block here. But if I can take a second Inquisitor Captain from them, that's really strong. So Guardian is strong too. I just let the Brutal Cathar. They take Valki. And then they get Sigardian back, and then I can Citystalker them, and then hopefully they only have the Sigardian in hand and nothing else. Like, I can kill this Brutal Cathar, get my Valki back. Honestly, I think that's the play. Just, like, block this, Bloodtithe the Brutal Cathar, get my Valki back, cast, and then cast this and get rid of the Sigardian. Well, now is Plunder the play. Nope, I don't think Plunder's the play. Oh, well, I guess this takes this. Is Plunder the play? No, I think doing this is the play anyway. Honestly, looking back, maybe I should have just not taken the Valki and then just, like, hit the Thalia so that they can't just, like, draw away to kill Valki. Like, they don't have good attacks, which is good for me. So it's going to take them a really long time to kill me. That is a Hive of the Eye Tyrant. That was probably not the best play. I mean, Fable's good. Like, I could have just killed the Thalia and then Citystalkered the Sigardian Evangel. They don't have anything else going on, so I'm just gonna become a 3-1 instead. Takenuma. Takenuma gets back Bloodtithe Harvester or Graveyard Trespasser. Probably just play Fable here. I have to really hope this cave doesn't kill me. I also have to really hope that I never have to block with this. Well, I guess I can block with Citystalker. And then just get it back with Takenuma. So, like, what if I just do this? With, like, a Ganjo? Sure. Oh, it could also be Wandering Emperor. I can't play around Wandering Emperor with this hand. Oh, it can't be Wandering because they have Thalia. Then they get to use Usher. That's a good use of their mana here. Adversary. An adversary for Molten and Undercity? I need to not die to this cave. No, I can't. I can't do that because of Thalia. This is a scary game. Cave always freaking kills me. I needed Meathook and this Voltage Surge. I have no more. I have one more Voltage Surge in my deck. So I can Voltage Surge plus. I can Voltage Surge plus Molten Impact with Bloodthirsty Adversary if I block Thalia. Gosh, this is a really well played game by my opponent. Probably could have afforded to attack with Connoisseur there. I need to announce a cave. I've literally taken like 18 damage from this cave. Oh, I misplayed. I misplayed. Oh my gosh. No, I threw. I could have copied the Bloodthirsty Adversary to deal damage to Cave from my graveyard, but I used both of my 4 damage spells. I threw. When you want to give your opponent a creature, wait, are they dead? Wow. Sure. Hopefully their hand isn't broken. Okay, they mulligan, right? I have to hope they don't have, like, Elite Spellbinder, or, like... I have to hope they don't have, like, what, Thalia here? Crap. Okay, check for traps is very strong here. Okay, I said I hope they don't have Thalia and Elite Spellbinder, and they literally had both. So now I get to go Fable into Cosmos, and then Cosmos will mitigate the Thalia attacking me every turn. They played that there instead of next turn, which is really weird. That kind of tells me that they might have another copy of Intrepid Adversary that they just drew. Oh, they're just going to attack? Idoling's annoying. Means I have to Hagra Mauling it. I don't like where this is going. I need Meathook Massacre. I can Meathook Massacre for 2, but I can't kill Inquisitor Captain. So Meathook Massacre is the perfect draw, because I can Meathook Massacre for 1, leave the Inquisitor Captain, save my reflection of Kiki Jiki. Oh my gosh, I drew it. Can they have anything to give it a +1/+1 counter? No. Crossroads. I won game 1, I lost game 2. I'm on the play game 3, which means this comes in tap, which means I don't want it. I'm at 16 life now. I've gained 6 life off Cosmos. Oh my gosh, another Inquisitor Captain. Skyclave. Wow, that sucks for me. At least that means I can block Inquisitor Captain with Abrade. Don't want to do that yet, though. I have 8 minutes on my clock. Don't want another Painful Bond. I've gained 8 life off Cosmos Elixir this game. I could have Wandering Emperor. I think I do this because if they don't have a spell, it goes to nighttime, and that helps me have a 4/4 blocker. Yes! Yes! Cosmos Elixir has gained me 10 life this game. Yeah. Okay, cool. Wait. Yeah, Nanoplasm's in chat. It's Nanoplasm 1 on Twitch. I would normally bolt this and play Bloodthirsty, but if this is Anvil, I don't want to take any more life. My Meathook, they just, like, ramped so hard. I guess they could Meathook for one and kill my 2/2. I want to Citystalker them. Please don't be main decking Orvar. Voltage Surge is probably bad. Did I just not draw 2 lands? Yeah, they didn't kill that. I can Connoisseur this turn and then Meathook for 1 next turn. And they probably aren't playing Invoke. They probably aren't main decking Orvar. Or they might be, actually, because they have Pathway. Please don't. Okay, it's not Orvar. They have all lands in hand? When Citystalker discards your opponent's land when they have 4 cards in hand. Well, I guess that's a good sign. They have 2 draws that could potentially not be lands, though. I want to block this, and then they Meathook for 2. I guess they could Meathook for 2 anyway. Alright, so I attack first. If I Meathook them now, then I lose my reflection for no reason. They left out of respect and decency. Perfect, monkey. That works. Am I attacking? Guess I'm attacking. I don't want to lose my reflection. It's like, if these die, I definitely lose reflection. Maybe that means I should have Meathooked last turn. Nah, Citystalker was correct. So now this turn it lets me Trespasser plus Plunder. They discard, like, 2 lands, right? Because they have 2 lands in hand? Oh, they actually have Orvar. Deciding on targets? That's not Orvar. They discarded 2 lands. Okay, I think this is correct here. Because if they have Meathook in hand, then they need to draw exactly untapped land to kill my board. And even if they do that, I can follow up with my own next Graveyard Trespasser, and they'll have 0 cards besides this Hive. That's pretty bad for them. Alright, so now I can start reflectioning if they don't kill it. And if they attack with Shambling Ghasts, I'm just going to block one of them. Because, like, sure, they can Meathook for 2. But if they had Meathook for 2, they would have already done it. That means they don't have Meathook. It would be insane to win game 1 here. Plunder lets me draw lock them. Unless that's a removal spell. They can't remove my Trespasser since they only have 1 card in hand. Voltage Surge. Okay, so if this is dying anyway... I can just make a copy of this. Then Meathook for 1. Honestly, I could try to win the game by Meathooking next turn, and then just casting Sanguine Brushstroke this turn. And just, like, win the game off Blood Artist. That seems better than just Meathooking this board, right? Well, they needed that Voltage Surge or any other removal spell to just totally not be out of the game, but it's probably too late right now. But they probably have a removal spell, because why else would they Why else would they not cycle this card if it was a land, or play it if it was a land? It's definitely a removal spell. But I don't know if they... I don't even know if a removal spell is good right now. Their hand was honestly really bad. They drew a lot of lands and a lot of Shambling Gas and Voldaren Epicure. That's the thing about playing this deck, right? If it doesn't see Anvil, you just have... Your cards are just so bad. Like, your card quality is terrible. Yeah, I knew that was a removal spell. Think they still die? Do they die? No, they don't die. I have one creature in my grave. Do they need to put... They need to do that for Synthesizer and lose all the value just to get a blocker. But they're still dead to Meathook. Need a land, but overall I think it's okay. I think I'm check for Trapsing on turn 2 to make sure we deal with... Never mind. We already have a way to deal with their Anvil, so... This is a little bit worse. Feels bad to bolt this, but... If I don't draw a land next turn, it's going to be real sad. Wow, perfect. Alright, we're in a good spot. We have the life gain in Meathook. We have Invoke Despair to get rid of Sanguine Brushstroke. We have check for traps to look at their hand and discard a card even if they're playing Orvar. Gets through that. We have a Brave for Anvil. I think we're good as long as we just draw like a land for turn the next couple turns. I would like one more threat, like a Graveyard Trespasser. Am I getting rid of Invoke Despair? Probably getting rid of this Fable. Do I care about Bloodtithe? No, but I care about getting mana for Invoke Despair if I draw an untapped land next turn. This also kind of forces their hand into casting their Bloodcaster again to hopefully deal with my Fable the Mirror Breaker. And if I draw an untapped land, I get to sacrifice their Bloodtithe Harvester unless they play another creature off the top. So I think I'm good if I just draw an untapped land for turn. Okay, they drew Anvil off the top, which is insane. Probably their best draw in the deck. That's an untapped land. But now it doesn't really matter, because they can just sacrifice this construct. Like, that was really, really strong. I mean, I might just be meat hooking. I could wait a turn to meat hook and just Invoke Despair this turn. But like, if I do that, they just freaking kill my. If I wait, they just kill my reflection anyway. So if they're sacrificing a creature to get rid of my reflection, then that's probably good for me. Which means I should just Invoke Despair. And this at least draws a couple cards, and it can potentially draw another Abrade for Anvil, or another life gain card. Another Invoke Despair, cool. So, they kill Reflection. I like my spot, it's just not as good as it was. Excuse me? That's a meat hook off the top, then. Well, yeah, but I think that's a waste of a meat hook. Wouldn't they just want to 1-for-1 that, and then save their meat hook? I would like to draw an untapped land, please. This cease means that I don't take damage from the anvil. And then next turn, they might just like hit me with 2/1/1 hasters. But I can kill them like really fast with the Oni. I can honestly just meat hook again, just to make sure the board's clear. I'm gonna cycle away this land, so I have a better chance at drawing Abrade. If I Invoke Despair, I get rid of their Meathook Massacre, which is pretty strong. And I draw one card. They have a lot of gas left, though. Getting rid of their Meathook is strong. I think I'm just going to do this. I don't think it's the most powerful play, but I think it's the best play. It's the safest play. Oh god, they took my Invoke Despair. Epicure. That's more damage. I might die to damage. Oh my god, that was strong. I need to kill this anvil's so good. And they get to make a 2/2. Not like this. Oh, we did so good. But then they top decked the anvils like 3 turns ago, and it's just taking over. God, that duress was so strong. I don't even know what I can draw here. I need a Abrade. This card cannot stay on the board. No, I'm saying they would still have a Meathook in their hand. Or, like, they could save it for a better time. I don't know. Because, like, they could have just killed my 2/2, left my other 2/2 on the board. That's not really doing anything. If I really needed to Meathook it, then they could have done that. This is gonna be really close. I know they can't deal with Oni, but they're at 17. Ah, painful bond off the top. They outdrew me. They outdrew me. Can't beat that. If I draw the artifact, this is a free attack for them. Blocking is correct. Oh my god. Calm down. Calm down, opponent. So many draws. That duress was so good. Yeah, it must be nice to have card advantage. Like, I have card advantage cards too. I need Meathook again. Meathook. Another Oni. How many creatures are in graveyards? 3. I'm at 4, 3. If I kill this artifact, that duress was so freaking good. Then they have no more artifacts for Anvil. I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. Oh my god. 3 in a row. Can't beat that. God. They can't beat this card either. They can't beat... all I needed was that duress to not happen. Their Meathook would have died, and I would have gotten so much life. I don't even think siding duress in this matchup is good. Because, like, when both players have no hand, duress is awful. It just happened to be good that one time. But then, like the three draw twos at the end of the game were just so good. Thank you, Nino. Thank you, Nino. Good luck in your games, too. Two Invoke Despair down. Wow, sure. Alright. Please don't have Connoisseur. God! I keep getting punished by my opponent just top decking Bond and Deadly Dispute. Is there a decklist command? Exclamation point deck in chat. Alright, I think I'm ahead. Because I get Fable and they don't. Okay, at least I get to sack my Massacre. Instead of sacking this. Play land. That's strong. Good. Yep. Yeah, if they had Adversary, they would have played it that turn. So, they're going to have to top deck it. Discard Meathook. Yeah, Meathook's not really good in this situation for them. No way they attack. We get to draw our own Painful Bond and actually be a good player for once. That's strong. I'm not attacking either because the longer this game goes, the better chance I have to win because I have Valki in my hand. That's an interest. That is a really interesting attack. This is Meathook Massacre for them then. Oh no, it's Invoke, isn't it? Oh, it's not. Interesting. Surge.
Make no mistake, I'm not nice.
Alright, please, please don't have Invoke Despair. Sick. Play around Orvar as much as I can. I don't know that they can deal with Oni. Shadow's Verdict could be good. Alright, good hand. Double black? Really strong Sorin hit there. Whoa. Getting in there. I'm gonna do this. They can't Abrade me on end step with no red mana. I'm gonna get 2 life and a scry off this to mitigate the Bloodthirsty Adversary damage anyway. Okay, Hive's a little bit of a problem. We don't have instant speed removal right now. Surge, perfect. Good life? I don't think I want that. I'd rather have something more proactive. Could be Bloodthirsty, but don't have double red. Oh, it's just Takenuma. Do I want them to exile anything from my graveyard? Doesn't really matter. Sacrificial Lamb by Hive. Can't hit devils. It can... Yeah, non-angel, non-demon, non-devil, non-dragon. So now they can't deal with this. That casts a bolt. What if that was my Nighthawk Scavenger? Cosmos Elixir putting in a load of work here.
Let's play a little game.
Well, it does get rid of my Planeswalker. Yeah, max value on that one. What if I had one? When you draw too many cards in your Magic the Gathering game. So we're trading Nighthawks? Bloodthirsty 3 times. Does everyone sign out to this card? I don't know, I do. That's exactly what I wanted to draw. Painful Bond number 1 for the opponent. It wouldn't surprise me if they played 4 Bloodthirsty Adversaries based on how quickly they drew the other 2 last game. Cletus. Check for traps is good. You could take their Invoke Despair. We could also Invoke Despair them. Check for traps right now seems like such a bad play, but if they have Invoke Despair, it's really, really good for them. This is probably the best time to cast Cosmos Elixir. Like, if I'm not casting Cosmos Elixir now, when am I ever casting it? I need lands for Valki anyway. Discard 2 lands. They're at 9. Triple check for traps. Well, they didn't discard 2. They top-decked Invoke Despair. Well, I guess they scryed it to the top with this card, right? Alright, I got Power Word Kill for their Fable. Now, hopefully they don't have another copy of Invoke Despair after we gotten rid of, like, 3 of them. Alright, if they have 4 Invoke Despairs, I'm gonna be upset. I also need to draw Meathook Massacre, but Fable's still a good draw for me. They can't kill Tibalt. Unless they have Bloodthirsty Adversary. But I've gotten rid of 2 of them. Yep. Molten Impact works. They got a Molten Impact and they got a attack with the Vault. Or attack with the thing. Land. Well, if they do that, I can get a clean attack with Hive through their Power Word Kill. They get to kill Tibalt with the Den, they get to deal 3 damage to me. Good play by the opponent. Molten Impact dealing damage to Planeswalkers. Pretty strong.
Catch me if you can.
I can't do all three things. They can still power word kill. Hopefully I don't get tempoed out here. At least I'm gaining 2 life and scrying a turn. Like, it's not nothing. The Oni. That can't get power word killed. Can't get Molten Impacted. Okay. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Molten Impact. So now it can get Molten Impacted, because another Molten Impact plus 2 damage is 6. This is really, really annoying. Gosh, it would be a real shame to lose this way. Like, they can always kill my Hive with this with the mana left over. The Celestus was amazing in this game for them. Like, they had it on turn... It's only good when it's, like, on turn 3. And they most likely only play 1 copy of it. But sure, when they draw the 1 copy on turn 3, on curve, they can cast... They can cast, whatever card name that is, ahead of schedule. Invoke Despair ahead of schedule. Which actually happened. They drew the Celestus on turn 3, and then was able to cast Invoke Despair on turn 4. We're looking at powered kill like, wait a second, this doesn't kill this. I need them to not have another copy of Molten Impact. I need to somehow get out of this game alive. I don't know how it's going to happen. It's going to be a series of drawing cards that draw more cards. I'm going to need to draw a Painful Bond. Or like some kind of really powerful spell. If 5 cards in hand, which is outrageous. How do they have so many cards in hand? I've drawn a Fable and check for traps, but like... They've drawn like... Oh, they Invoke Despair me twice, that's what it was. And they drew Painful Bond. And I've just drawn significantly more lands than them. That's honestly what it was. I've just drawn an absurd amount of lands. If I block this with Oni, Spikefield Hazard can kill this. I don't have a choice, though. I guess I did have a choice. I could go down to more. Massacre doesn't do anything, right? Oh, Massacre does a lot, actually. Massacre kills me. Oh, God. Not like this. Ah! How do they have every card I don't want them to have? Alright, Jamers, we went 4-3, didn't quite make it to day 2 this time, but I really like this deck, and just hope to get better draws and draw more copies of Painful Bond, I guess, next time. Big Sag. You know what, if you got this far, write Big Sag in the comments down below. I'm gonna go eat a candy bar, or an ice cream sandwich, or go get some fast food. I'll see you next time. And as always, peace.